Welcome to beautiful Sakir, Bahrain, in the coasts of the Middle East. It's time for round one of all new season, Formula Horizons Gulf Air Bahrain Grand Prix of season 15. Here, round one, Sakir, Bahrain, beautiful Bahrain International Circuit. Sakir, Bahrain, its name, Bahrain, comes from the Arabic term al-Bahrain, which means two seas. So, fun fact for you all watching. This is not the third time, but in 2021 was the third time Bahrain hosted the opening race of the season. Both other times had been won by Fernando Alonso. Fun fact there. Here you have the beautiful track, 5.4 kilometers, 3.36 miles long. The top speed's 340 kph, 211 mph. 15 turns, elevation change of 17.3 meters, and a lap time of 1:31.4 by Pedro Della Rosa. Here in turn 1, we have Bottas trying to go down the inside of Lewis Hamilton and only plunges into the inside of Lewis Hamilton. Bottas got a penalty and Lewis finished on the podium in that race. Turn 4, we have in 2014 Hamilton and Rosberg, the two Mercedes boys, or Brosades as they would be called, going wheel to wheel. They did that for about 3 years before Rosberg won the title and retired. Here in turn 8, back in 2020, we have Daniel Kvyat going down the inside of Lance Stroll and sending Lance Stroll barrel rolling into the barriers. The three tire compounds, same compounds, C5, C4, C3, but it's the red super soft, the yellow soft, and the white medium tires as we're running the 2013 tire regulations, not 2021. So that means different tire compounds than usual in terms of the names. Let's take a look at the starting grid for the race. Isaac Spacedall starts on pole with Easton Bound, our world champion, starting in P2 for this opening race. Neo Hungary starts P3 alongside John B. Cool P4 for Ferrari after throwing away his championship lead in the final race. Pierre Gasly starts P5 alongside Luis I Don't Know for a rebranded McLaren team. Jenson Button starts P7 in his new team alongside Fernando Alonso in P8 for Ferrari. Landon Canoca starts P9 with Dad Be Cool starting P10, one of his best starts in his career. Emerald Diggy starts P11 alongside Alan the Alien for the all-new BMW Sauber team. Philippe Epical, Zuka Boy starts P13 alongside Philippe Epical in 14th. Kaito132 starts 15th alongside Luna D. Darling in 16th for Lotus. Nicholas Latifi starts 17th alongside Mom Be Cool in 18th. And rounding off the grid final row, Nathaniel Cousinot 19th alongside Sebastian Vettel, who took an engine penalty, or not an engine penalty, and starts P20. Here we go. The engines are revving. Those beautiful V8s, and it's lights out, and away we go for season 15. Neo Hungary gets a good start. John B. Cool gets a good start. And they all go powering down into turn 1, those beautiful 2013 cars. Isaac Spacedall maintains the lead of the race. Neo Hungary trying to challenge his teammate in Easton Bound through the first couple corners as they go up the straight. Just admire these beautiful liveries that we have on display in this race. I'm gonna get a little bit closer to my mic so I'll be a bit louder. If you hear me go quiet for a segment, it's because I'm just admiring the beautiful V8s that are on display, not the mock V8s we had last season. As they all go powering down towards turn 10 in the first lap of the 7-lap race. It's still top 4 Neo Hungary has gotten past his teammate Easton Bound. Other than that, top 4, maybe even top 5, almost the exact same as their starting order. So we have Luna D. Darling trying to get down the inside as John B. Cool is battling with Luis I Don't Know, Ferrari versus McLaren. The actual 2021 Constructors battle was those two for P3. Ferrari came out on top in that occasion. But who's going to be the best of the rest in this race is already 2.5 seconds the gap to the top 3. As they're going down the back straight. Pierre Gasly trying to get involved with the Ferrari and the McLaren as well. As John B. Cool trying to split down the inside of both of them, and touches with Jenson Button, or not Jenson Button, Luis I Don't Know on the exit. But he's going to have that slipstream all the way down the main straight. And Luna D. Darling looks like they've spun out, and they are out of the race. Yes, they are. They are out of the race. As here we have Isaac Spacedall going wheel to wheel with Neo Hungary for the lead. Both drivers picked up 2 wins last season. Neo Hungary didn't. Isaac Spacedall, 2-time race winners. Easton Bound, 2-time race winner. we had a good few unique winners last season. Hopefully, it'll be even more competitive this season. As they go plunging down into the hairpin. Not much separating the top three. Only about 1.5 seconds between the three of them from first to third. As John McCoy has gotten past Luis, I don't know, into P4. They go down the mid-straight and into the relatively medium-speed corner as Landon Kanoko with DRS trying to get past Jenson Button into that same corner. As That'd Be Cool running a beautiful P9th with Force India, his first race. He actually moved up a position, so has Emerald Diggy. Well, a lot of people moved up positions after some lap 1 incidents in this race. Emerald Diggy in the Red Bull, a much faster car than, well, pretty much everyone aside from those two Mercedes and his teammate up front. As down the main straight we go. Not much separating Isaac Spaceoff and Neo Hungry. It's just going to be who's last on the brakes into turn 1. And it's going to be Neo Hungry trying to sweep back around the outside. Or not Neo Hungry, sorry, Isaac Spaceoff sweeping back around the outside. And he'll have the lead, but Neo Hungry will have the slipstream all the way down the straight with DRS. Is he going to try and make a move down the inside? No, he is not. As Fernando Alonso and Jenson Button go wheel to wheel, two former championship contenders back in the 2010s and 2000s. Both of them actually won world championships in their day, so not as many as the man running currently P17 though. Sebastian Vettel, 4 world championships to his name. That grid penalty, knocking down and starting dead last. Has already gotten ahead of 2 cars though. With Empty Drawings lap 1 retirement, or early retirement, shall we say. I will admit these engines are probably the best that I've heard when playing this game, aside from maybe driving the F2004, but in Assetto Corsa, these engines just sound absolutely magnificent. You can't dislike the F1 V8s that they ran up until 2014. You cannot hate them. Down the back straight they go. Isaac Spaceoff leads Neo Hungry ahead of Easton Bound and John B. Cool. And Luis, I don't know, that is your top 5. Only one repeat team in the top 5, and that's Mercedes. Still P2, P3. Emerald Diggy trying to get past Fernando Alonso down the main straight with DRS, maybe using KERS as well. As they do have access to KERS, or I can't remember what KERS stands for, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm just trying to sweep back around the outside to the inside, and there's nothing separating the two. The two arguably second drivers, you could say. Even though Fernando Alonso is using a higher number, but that's because this is the mod that I used for the livery. Fernando Alonso is actually racing for Ferrari, so it's actually his livery. But Emerald Diggy has gotten past, and he's just cutting his way up through the field now. He could try to shoot for maybe a P4, maybe P3 if he can really close down the gap, but he has a lot of cars to get to the podium places. And he's going to have a good run on Jenson Button. Not going to make a move through turn 11 though. I mean, these engine sounds, man. I can't stop gushing over these engine sounds. They sound just too good. I love them so much. I talked to the governing body of Formula Horizons, as in the one other person that actually cares about this, that isn't me, and they said, use 2013 cars instead of 2021, and so I said, alright, we'll do it, and, well, the only liveries that aren't from this year, as Emerald Diggy is going to get past Jenson Button, the only liveries that aren't from this season is the Haas and the BMW, and that's because Sauber this year was ugly, and Haas, well, there wasn't a one-to-one replacement for Haas, so I did lie at the end of last season saying they were replaced by Porsche. That deal fell through. They're just back to being Haas. They're sponsored by MoneyGram now. But they're going to ride on board with Easton Bound You get the nice onboard sound that these cars have. World Championship has fallen down. The World Champion has fallen down one position. We'll have DRS open. Beautiful sounds, man. Beautiful sounds. As That'd Be Cool still running in the points. 2.5 seconds clear of being outside the points. And it seems if the race were to end now, it's going to be 0 points on the board for BMW Sauber. Replaced Alfa Romeo, of course. After last season, hopefully trying to bring some of the other motorsport power that they have in other motorsports like WEC, to try and bring some of that to Formula Horizons and push for championships, although I highly doubt that will be possible, as Nate Kuzan is running 19th and last in this race. As Eastbound and Neo Hungary are going well, the two Mercedes drivers have been teammates for a very long time. At least 5 seasons, I could check, but it's been a long time they've been teammates. And that is just giving Isaac Spaceoff in the lead a little bit of breathing room as these two are squabbling amongst each other. As Eastbound has gotten past his teammates and up to where he qualified, P2. And here we have Emerald Diggy, who could try and make a move on Luis, I don't know. Started 11th, now running 6th. That's already 5 places of improvement as we ride on board with the Red Bull. I just wanted to let the audio play out as Emerald Diggy goes down the inside of Luis Adano into P5, but they're going to be wheel to wheel all the way down the straight. I just wanted to let the audio play out a bit so you could hear that onboard V8. I'll never turn down a chance to just listen to these cars, as Emerald Diggy has gotten past Luis Adano on the last lap. 2.7 seconds behind John Buchel P4, so you'd say probably P5 will be the best he could finish in this race. But Isaac Spaceoff from pole has led a pretty comfortable race. Has driven a pretty comfortable race for the past 6 laps. On the final lap, lap 7, he could have a spin and throw away the lead, like John Buchel did with last season's championship. But I doubt that will happen, as there's no human error in these cars. They're programmed to be clinical on track. As Eastbound's not going to try one down the inside. One of the last few overtaking zones on the track, or one of the traditional overtaking zones. You could try and put one down the inside of a corner like this, but it seems Isaac Spaceoff just has one more corner to go, and he'll be a 3-time race winner. But Eastbound could try and spoil the party down the inside. He could try. He does not try. Eastbound in the lead. Eastbound is going to cross the line to win his 3rd Grand Prix and to win the opening race. Isaac Spaceoff wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Eastbound P2, Neo Hungary P3, and John Buchel comes home in a beautiful P4 for Ferrari. Just going over to celebrate with the imaginary pit crews. Emerald Diggy P5, Luis Adano P6, Jason Button P7. And as they all go powering across the line, it's been a great race, and I hope you all enjoyed watching.